Things about Greenwich. I'm gonna tell you a few things about Greenwich. So you know how deep I go in Greenwich, how deep I can get in Greenwich. You know, my grandfather really was UN, top brass, he really was. Um, Another thing about Greenwich though, George H. Bush had a place there on Pheasant Lane in Greenwich, Connecticut, off of North Maple, which is off the Post Road basically, off of Maple, off the Post Road. Anyway, Bush Holly House. That's why that's there. Bush Holly House. Look it up. Greenwich, Connecticut. The Bushes always were from Greenwich. They go way back from Greenwich. I never knew that growing up until I was 19 years old. And one day at Round Hill Club, I didn't know the Bushes belonged there. The Bushes belonged to Round Hill Club in Greenwich, Connecticut. I didn't know that. Anyway, one day, Dewey, the caddy master, who's still there to this day. Now I'm dropping names for a reason. You can call Dewey, ask him. I think some people he'd have to give the proper answer to. Anyway, I caddied for Prescott Bush when I was like 19. I'm 44 now. So you figure this was like 25 years ago. He was like 90 in a wheelchair. He just did the golf course in a wheelchair. He didn't use a cart or anything. He just ran his wheelchair right over the golf course. You know, right. It was like a presidential wheelchair. You know, he only had one Secret Service guy with him. But what he said to me when he first came up, I had no idea about politics. I had no idea who he was. He said, Dewey called me up. He let me know on a Sunday. He said, it's always about Margolies. Everyone wants to hear about that. Now, I'm just trying to let you know how deep I go in Greenwich. How deep I can go. Okay? With names and places and faces. Okay? How much I know about Greenwich. This is to prove, beyond maybe any shadow of a doubt, at least over the YouTube. It's kind of hard to do without a lie detector test, I guess. But if you hook me up to a lie detector test and ask me questions about this right now, what I'm saying, direct questions, yes, no, whatever, you would find I'd pass with flying colors. Anyway, when I was about 19, caddying at Round Hill Club, Dewey on a Sunday, and usually you get your loop last second. Jeff, your loop's ready. Come on up. You wait in the caddy shack. When it's your turn, next guy comes, needs a caddy, they call you. Well, it's just different. It was like a Sunday. Dewey says, listen, go home, whatever you want to do, stay, get another loop. Everyone was the laziest caddy. I only wanted one loop a day. Because I didn't need more money. I was like 18. The other guys were adults. They had kids, whatever. I didn't have all that. I was living with my mom. Anyway, he asked me, he said, Jeff, I need you next Saturday. It's a special loop. I need you, only you. Has to be you. Be here at 8 o'clock. I don't care if you take off all week long. You're going to make money that day. He said, I need it for a special loop that day only. So I said, sure. Well, I went all week. Monday you get off anyway. I went all week, most of the week. I took off maybe Friday just to be ready, strong, because I thought maybe 2 bags, maybe something, I don't know, whatever, tournament, something. But anyway, what it was, at 8 o'clock, he said, Jeff, listen, your loop will be here at 9. This was a planned thing. What is going on here in my loop? And there was no tournament when I got there that day. So, anyway, Dewey calls me up at 9 o'clock. He tells me, Jeff, I told you to be here at 8 because I knew you might be late. So I got here at 8 o'clock, so you'd definitely be here on time. So, he knew I was a late riser. I used to come late, and take like a 10 o'clock loop. All the other guys were gone. It was a trick. I'd be the only guy there. So any late riser that wanted to play golf, well, his late riser caddy was there too. So anyway, like I said, I was lazy. They didn't choose me because I was a hard worker at that point in my life. Anyway, long story short, I'll try to keep this within the next couple minutes. Anyway, here comes me. Okay, 9 o'clock comes. Dewey calls me, Jeff, your loop's coming. Go up on the path. He's coming down the path. I went to the path. I met him in front of the clubhouse. That's usually not the case. Well, yeah, you might pass the clubhouse, but you meet them at the caddy master's, at the caddy shack, the caddy master's place. And then from there you go off the first, or you walk past and you go off the 10th, and you don't talk much. Well, this guy was. Old man. I said, how's he going to do this? This guy. He's in a wheelchair. How is he going to play golf. He was like 90 years old. I knew that right off the bat. Well, anyway, I didn't know who he was. He comes along and goes, "Hello, Jeffy. How you doing?" He already knew me. I even introduced myself to him. Usually you have to at least tell the people your name. You say, "My name's Jeff. Nice to meet you." And they tell you their name. So at least if they need you, they can call you by your name, you know. But he already knew my name because they already knew me. You know why? It was Prescott Bush. He goes, "My name Prescott Bush. I'm the father of the president." I really didn't even put two and two together right away because I never heard of Prescott Bush before. I knew President George H. Bush, but he says, "I'm the father of the president." He meant George H. Bush. And I realized, I said, the other guy there didn't have a bag either. Neither one of them. He had one bag only. It was his bag, Prescott Bush's bag of golf clubs. It was a big bag, but only one. There wasn't a second one for the other guy. I realized right away, that's a Secret Service guy. He had the aviator glasses on. And when I knew he was definitely Secret Service, because he was dressed all golf-like, but geeky, like he was trying to blend in. But he wasn't dressed the right way. I was dressed better than he was. Anyway, so we went off the back nine, and until we got there, it was business. He goes, "Jeff, let me tell you something. Never run for president. You know why? It's not worth the money. You don't get paid enough to have a red dot in your forehead everywhere you go." I knew exactly what he meant. So, he said, "Just be a businessman. You make more money. Less risky." You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go have some fun. And so we went. All he would do was hit it in the ground, and I would throw it the rest of the way. He'd hit it in the ground, I'd throw it the rest of the way. I was throwing it most of the way. I would even go put it in the hole. Like, he'd hit it once on the green, it would never go in. He'd go, "Jeffy, go pick that ball up, put it in the hole." "All right, let go." You want to keep, when the ball went in the bushes, if it went in the sand trap, "Jeffy, let's just keep on going. But throw me out another one out there. Don't even get that one. No, leave it in the sand trap. Look at all those bugs flying all around those sand traps. Stay away from that." He goes, at the end, the best thing he said to me was, "Come up the 18th. And this is the best thing. He goes, "Jeffy, I hate golf, just so you know. But I had a great time with you on this golf course. If I ever come home back to Round Hill Club, I'm going to ask for Jeffy." He never made it back, did he? Because he died. But he was one of the best men I've ever known in my life. I will never forget that day. And that's how deep I go in Greenwich. That's how deep I can go. Now, how deep? How deep can you go? How deep can you?